Hey, good morning. So I'm gonna do a collective reading, and this is for the new moon in Scorpio. This is gonna be just for any sign. I will call out what I see. This reading isn't gonna resonate with everybody. Just take what fits and leave what's. Don't try to force it if it's not your story. Also, if you like my readings, please hit the like button because it helps the algorithm and it helps people see more of my reading. So, all right, let's get started. I'm going to pull one of these oracle cards from the Earthcraft deck. Okay, Sacred Temple. So, this has given me a little bit of an energy of like healing. Somebody might be like healing from a relationship or something like that. This could also have something to do with a marriage. We'll see what else. I'm going to pull some from this other oracle deck. Sacred Temple. This is giving me very, like Four of Swords energy too. Yeah, there's just, it could be some kind of like a paused energy to stop and think and reflect. Somebody could be in that energy. And Scorpio, goes deep. So this could be happening during this new moon. So I have lipstick evidence. So knocked up. Chained. Okay, so I feel like this is possibly someone who, there's some infidelity here. This could have even led to somebody getting pregnant. Or something like that. This could just also be a marriage and there was children involved in the situation. Maybe somebody got a divorce and there were children involved. Difficult situation. With this Chained card, it says codependency on it, unhealthy attachments, and weighed down. So somebody was in some sort of an unhealthy attachment to somebody. Now I want to say, before I start with the tarot, this specific things that I'm saying may not apply to everybody. That maybe just be somebody's specific story. For some people, this is just they got out of a relationship. They're kind of healing from it. This was a toxic relationship with infidelity. The knocked up part doesn't have to apply to everybody. So let's get started with the tarot. So I have the Emperor card in the reverse, Aries energy, the Two of Swords, the Queen of Wands, and the Three of Swords. Okay, so I feel like, yeah, there was maybe some infidelity in a situation. Somebody could have been dealing with somebody that was super controlling. And at the same time, there could have been an element of this relationship that was kind of out of control. I feel like somebody here had to make a decision they didn't want to make with this Two of Swords. I feel like they went for a long time with not making this decision and this could have not just happened in the past. This could be something that's going to happen in the future. These are timeless readings, so apply it to whichever. The past, the future, could be happening right now. Either way, this is somebody that had to make a difficult decision that they didn't want to make, and they were blind to it for a long time. But with this Queen of Wands energy, it's kind of like this person decided, you know what, I'm worth more. I'm beautiful, I'm confident. Why am I stuck in a situation with somebody who's the Emperor in reverse? There's a Three of Swords happening right now, which is, this is a heartbreaking situation. Like I said, there could be children involved in the situation. This could be A lot of infidelity going on. This Three of Swords, the fact that it's a 3 is, could be a third party situation. Okay, so let's get, what is this Emperor in the reverse? What's the Emperor in the reverse? Two of Cups in the reverse. Okay, yeah, there was a breakup of, it looks like at one time this was at one time, obviously, every relationship starts out, it's a good match. There's flirtation, everybody's in love, that it started out that way, but it's more than that. It seems to me like at the beginning of this, whoever this is, they thought that they found their soulmate. And as time went on, they started to realize how controlling this person was, how and if this wasn't a situation where somebody was controlling, this is a situation where somebody was out of control. So there could have been drugs involved in the situation or something like that. But either way, it just kind of devolved over time. And this doesn't have to be a long term. This doesn't have to be a marriage. This could be a relationship that lasted for a year. So just take it how it resonates. And anyway, somebody kind of is realizing their worth. I have the Queen of Pentacles out here as well. Somebody's realizing their worth. And so there's a little bit of an energy of like getting back on someone's feet. Somebody could be trying to get back on their feet. So let's get this two. What's this Two of Swords? What's this Two of Swords? Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah, somebody's trying to get back on their feet. And this a little bit of the reason why they didn't want to make this decision. They knew this could probably involve some kind of financial strain. If this is being a single parent, regardless of whether you're male or female, is a difficult situation. So that's a little bit of the situation here. This person doesn't know really how they're going to make it. And I wouldn't say this is the main reason that they didn't make this decision, but I think it had a lot to do with it. Let's get this Three of Swords. What is this Three of Swords? Chariot in the reverse, Cancerian energy. This could also be like a situation where there was like travel involved or something like that. If this, this is a little bit of the heartbreak in this situation, because I think to leave this situation, this would involve somebody actually leaving physically from where they're at. And I feel like maybe this is a situation where this person has a lot of friends, have met a lot of people, have built a life here. They may have moved on from something difficult in the past before this situation. So the whole thing is just kind of really jarring, a jarring experience. The whole thing is kind of just a dramatic experience. Not only are you leaving a relationship, but you're leaving a place where you built a life at. That's kind of what it's giving to me. So let's dig a little deeper in the situation. So what was this infidelity? What was this infidelity, this lipstick evidence? What is this? Nine of Wands in the reverse. Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. I feel like this was a situation where this did happen multiple times. I feel like this happened multiple times. And I feel like this person just kept recycling the situation over and over again. They allowed themselves to be put in a third-party situation, and it just like kept going over and over again. Maybe they would apologize and not do it again, or this could be a situation where somebody maybe was in some sort of open relationship. I have the Fool in the reverse, Aries energy. So this is giving me a little bit of a vibe of like an open relationship maybe. And maybe somebody changed their mind about the situation and realized that, this isn't the kind of love that they want. Regardless if this was cheating or if this was just an open relationship, it was very codependent. It was codependent. I have with this Chain card, it's like Somebody maybe stayed in the situation, like I said, because there were finances involved, and maybe it was just easier to stay because they had kind of a daunting thing, a daunting task in front of them to leave the situation physically. Also, I feel like maybe this was just a thing where, although this person was hurting, it was comfortable. A lot of people find comfort in something that's actually toxic. There's another tarot reader I was watching the other night that was talking about that. I wish I could remember the name. But anyways, he was talking about how your comfort zone may not be like a cushiony couch. Sometimes it's a drug addiction. Sometimes it's a relationship with cheating, or just something toxic. I just saw the tower. I feel like somebody's having a tower moment though. But anyways, let's get this. What is this chain card? What's this chain card? Tell me what this chain card is about. Four of Swords in the reverse. Ten of Cups. Yeah, this was definitely like this was a situation where this person thought that they were going to have the Ten of Cups. They thought this was going to be the Ten of Pentacles, Ten of Cups, long term, forever. And they're realizing that with this Four of Swords in the reverse, it's like they got to get their feet moving, because they kind of feel like if they don't do something now, they're kind of just stuck, or they've been stuck. They could have felt stuck. That could have had a lot to do with this chain card, as they felt stuck this entire time. I have the Empress card in the reverse, Libra Taurus energy. So I feel like this person may have they lost themselves in this relationship. The Empress card in the upright is all the queens combined. But this person, like little by little, this other person just chipped away and chipped away and chipped away at the collective. And so now they may be just in a situation where they don't even know themselves. They don't even know who they are. What is this knocked up card? This is only going to pertain to a small portion of you. This isn't going to be for everybody in the collective. But what is this knocked up card? What is this? King of Wands. I feel like this very well could be a situation. Okay, the King of Wands can sometimes be, in my view, can sometimes be a cheater. He's very charismatic and very good looking. And so this could be a situation where the collective's person cheated on them and got somebody else pregnant. Or even if it was an open relationship, maybe they got the other person that they were in a relationship with pregnant or something like that. And this is something that the collective realized they just couldn't handle. They were just not going to handle this type of situation. They weren't equipped for this. The Five of Pentacles, yeah, they're walking away. They're walking away from the situation. Okay, so let's get some specifics on what are the collective's feelings about the other person they're in a relationship. What are the collective's feelings about the person that they're in a relationship with, or leaving a relationship with? Lover's card in reverse, Gemini energy. Could be dealing with the Gemini. They literally, like I said before, they may have felt that they found their soulmate. They finally were finding happiness. Maybe this person was, divinely guided to them or something like that. But they're realizing that, no, that's not what it was. And now they have a decision to make. And because the Lover's card can also be about decisions. And in the Lover's card, you have two decisions. You can stay locked up in a toxic situation with another person and be codependent with this person. This is also a little bit like the Devil card, I want to say. Or you can be the other person on the card, and you could be nurturing yourself and caring about yourself and worrying about your spirituality and keeping your eyes on God, if that's what you believe in. But I think that there is a major decision to be made here, and this person is making it. They either already made it or they're in the midst of making it right now. Yeah, I have the Seven of Pentacles right here, and I have the Four of Wands out here too, and I have the Judgment card. And, you know, at first when I saw the four, okay, first, we'll just go with the Seven of Cups first. I mean, the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles, it's like somebody is kind of reevaluating the situation. Like I said with the Four of Swords, they don't know whether or not they want to invest any more of their time in this relationship because it's just feeling like it's not going anywhere, especially with this Five of Pentacles. As soon as I saw the Four of Wands, I kind of started thinking, well, two things. The four of Wands can speak of like reunions. It could also speak of like home. This person could be moving back somewhere that is like home, or it could also be a reunion. And I got this Judgment card, which is like at a major crossroads in their life, having an awakening about something. Right under that came out the Ace of Cups. So I also felt like I wasn't going to say reunion until I saw the Ace of Cups come out, but this definitely could involve another third party somewhere else. Or like there was maybe another option for the collective, or is going to be another option for the collective. You may not have met this person yet. But this is also like my 1111 card. So not only just reunion, just union of some sort. You maybe are leaving a karmic and going towards a soulmate or a twin flame or something like that. It doesn't have to be, but that could also be a little bit. So let's get this, let's clarify actually what is this Ace of Cups? Let's clarify this Ace of Cups. What is this Ace of Cups for collective? Two of Wands, Ten of Swords, Star card in the reverse. This very well could be another option. Since I do have the Ten of Swords in the reverse, I feel as if like this may be like somebody the collective was in a past relationship with, that there was some painful ending or whatever, and the start with the Ten of Swords in the reverse and the Star card in the reverse. By the way, that also can be Aquarius. I feel like this is something that maybe the collective never healed and moved on from. That's what I'm getting from that. Yeah, the World card. This is some kind of previous cycle, I think. And I feel like, and as overall this situation that we were talking about to begin with, I feel like this is a cycle in someone's life that they are closing. I think they recognize this as a karmic cycle. I definitely think that the collective is dealing with a karmic. So what is this? What's this Two of Wands though? This kind of making a decision energy. What is this Two of Wands? Tell me about this Two of Wands. Six of Wands. So yeah, there's some sort of something that it feels like a win or some sort of victory. So this definitely could be maybe a past person or something like that. It doesn't have to be though. This could just be like after a while, after getting away from this person and after detaching from this situation, the collective is going to realize that actually they're much better off. It's actually a victory that this person has had because they closed out a cycle with somebody toxic. They closed out a cycle with somebody they were in a toxic relationship with. And I want to point out that it may not be just the other person who was toxic in the situation. You could have been, or the collective could have been toxic in the situation as well. Toxic relationships usually aren't just one-sided. So let's get, what is this? Let me get the other cards. What is this other opportunity, or what is this other thing that the collective is going towards? Ace of Cups. So that's twice with the Ace of Cups. Also have the Judgment card out here. Well, this definitely could be another. I'm getting two storylines. There's either a past person that there was an ending with that the collective is going towards, or this is like something that this person always really wanted to do with their lives or something like that. And in this Judgment card, this awakening, this crossroads, it's really a feeling like I'm going towards my destiny. I'm going towards, what I was meant for, as opposed to staying here and repeating the cycle over and over again. I have the Nine of Pentacles. Wait, is that? No, that's the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, you've had that out here as well. And also have the Knight of Swords in the reverse. So in this relationship, and I have the Eight of Pentacles and the Eight of Cups in reverse as well. I feel like there was in the situation some really like toxic behavior. You could have been, or the collective could have been dealing with somebody that had like a temper problem or something like that. This could have also led to a situation where this person in the relationship had some sort of like spending problem or something like that, or this person was, because they were locked in this toxic cycle, they were dealing with it with unhealthy behaviors. This could have led to like money issues, overspending, something to do with money, could be gambling. With the Knight of Swords in the reverse, it's very like erratic energy. It can be anger. This person could have had a problem with anger. The collective could have had a problem being angry. Like this could be on the inside that this person was angry all the time. And with the Eight of Cups in the reverse, it's like they couldn't walk away from the situation. They just could not walk away from the situation. They also didn't want to feel like they were abandoning something they put all of this effort into. I'm also getting that from the Ten of Pentacles. It's like this can speak of like long-term, like your roots. And I feel like I said before, the person probably put roots down in this situation, and it's like they're afraid to uproot themselves. This is entire, this is an entire new journey in somebody's life. It's a bit, this is going to be, and I feel like this is more than just this relationship ending. I feel like this is somebody like stepping onto an entire, like shifting into another reality or something like that. I don't know. I'm just getting this really big, overwhelming energy and talking about it. Give me some more about this. Six of Swords in the reverse. Yeah, this is definitely Chariot card in the reverse, Cancerian energy. This really is, and also have the Moon card in the reverse, Pisces energy. This is like the same thing, the little bit of the energy of the Six of Cups. It's like it's not wanting to move on. The Chariot card in the reverse, feeling like this is going to be a really hard thing to just move on from this, but at the same time, they feel like maybe there's some way that in the end this is going to be good for them. Sometimes we don't see, what's right in front of us. We don't see what's good for us. And it's not until later down the line, after you leave a relationship or get away with somebody and kind of detox from their energy, that you realize that you're actually better off. And so with this Moon card in the reverse, I feel like this is deeply in somebody's subconscious, to the point where they are having dreams, maybe even nightmares about the situation, and they just can't keep it hidden inside themselves anymore. Yeah, I have the Seven of Cups. Definitely could be dreaming about this situation. And I have the Nine of Swords out here as well. So, yeah. Definitely. And if this could be somebody who is dealing with mental illness, this could be the collective, or this could be the collective's partner that was dealing with this. But I'm also seeing some sleepless nights. I feel like this person has trouble sleeping because it's just weighs so heavily on their conscience. They're all the time thinking about this. I feel like they even try not to think about this sometimes. Like I said with the Two of Wands, it's like this was a decision this person didn't want to make. They tried not to think about it. They tried to put it off. They tried to make excuses. They tried to do all these different things to try to get themselves away from this. They may have even, like I said before, there could be another like love opportunity. This person could have like maybe even swept that off to the side and was like, nope, that's not happening. I'm doing this. I committed to this, But I feel like for some reason, maybe with this infidelity, maybe there was like a final straw in the situation. And maybe this person decided, I am not going to stay in something where I'm not valued, where you can put your intentions on somebody else. I'm not sticking around and dealing with this anymore. Page of Swords in the reverse, and the Ace of Swords in the upright, and the Queen of Cups. I feel like somebody was seeking clarity in a situation and they finally found it. Like I said, there was probably a final straw in the situation, and this person decided to love themselves with the Queen of Cups. They decided they were going to actually focus their love in on themselves, because the Queen of Cups is very loving. They give love. They're very nurturing, but at the same time, they also practice self-love as well. Yeah, the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords in the reverse. Hold on, because this is a lot of cards. Five of Swords in the reverse, and I have the Star card in the reverse. Yeah. This is like, this is major manipulation. And I feel like this is somebody who actually manipulated themselves. A lot of times in a relationship, we manipulate ourselves into putting up with, other people's stuff because, like I said, this could be a long-term situation. You didn't want to just abandon it. You didn't want to feel like you were abandoning it. But also you could probably been dealing with somebody who's very manipulative. They might be the type of person that when you get ready to leave, they now start saying, I'm sorry, I'll change, this will change, things will be better. And then it gets right back down to the Star card in the reverse. Could be dealing with an Aquarius. It's just nothing was healed. Nothing was healed. All the wishes, all the hoping, none of it came true. And this person kept you stuck in your head with the Eight of Swords. Kept the collective stuck in their head. Two of Swords. Yeah. Blinded by love. Four of Wands. Blinded by love. Blinded by the thought that maybe that this person was a soulmate or something like that. Like this was going to be some major connection. A lot of times we do have soulmates, but the soulmates come in to kind of teach us a lesson though. They come in to teach us a lesson and then they leave our lives. And so with this Wheel of Fortune, I feel like this is a lesson learned. I feel like this is an inner expansion. And if you don't feel the expansion happening right now, like I said, later on down the line, after the situation is said and done and you've healed from it and you become the Star card in the upright, that's when you feel the expansion. You realize that, hey, I learned something. I know what I'm not going to put up with anymore. I know what I want going forward. And, it feels good. And I know this from personal experience. It feels good to complete a karmic cycle. It feels good to finally say, you know what? No. And when you get away from it and you get, I've heard like 30 days is about how long you should, give yourself to move on from a situation, and it rewires your brain. I feel like after that time, you're going to kind of feel like, wow, I'm strong. I did this. I don't actually have to stay around. And each and every single time we complete a cycle like that, it makes us stronger. And it helps us make decisions like that easier later in life. Yeah, King of Swords. Yeah, standing up for yourself, not putting up with any kind of infidelity. I also have the Magician card in the reverse here, Gemini energy. This person, like I said, was very, very manipulative. Very manipulative. Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. Not anything that they purported to be. Devil card in the reverse. You're getting out of this, Capricorn energy. So give me some more on this person's outlook after this decision is made. What is this person's outlook after this decision is made? Because you got the Ace of Cups out here twice, the Four of Wands out here twice. You definitely could be moving towards somebody. Not that you're going to get out of this and go immediately into another relationship, but this could lead you to an actual stable relationship with somebody who could very well be your soulmate. Somebody that actually cares for you and won't put you in a third party situation or whatever situation this was. It does look like infidelity to me, but that could mean a lot of different things. So the Three of Swords, this is going to be, this is going to hurt. This is definitely going to hurt. But after this hurt is over and after you let yourself feel this and heal through it, King of Cups, you're going to find somebody who truly loves you and loves deeply. And this Knight of Pentacles, this is my favorite knight in the deck because it's the most dependable. Whoever you're moving towards is going to be super dependable. They don't make risky moves. Everything they do in life is measured and safe. This is not a person who, is going to play around with somebody. Now the Sun card, Leo energy. That's the happiest card in the entire deck. You have happiness coming towards, or the collective has happiness coming towards them. Empress card in the upright, Libra Taurus energy. You had the Empress in the reverse earlier, but I feel like after you complete this cycle, World card, after you complete this cycle, you're gonna come into your own. You're gonna be happy. You're gonna be successful. You're gonna be fulfilled. This is just a very hard thing to get through. Like I said, this pregnancy part, this could be just specific to a small group of people. I don't think it's going to resonate with everybody. This could be infidelity. This could be a third-party relationship. This could be a lot of different toxic behaviors that drove the collective away from a situation. But yeah, that's what I got. But it looks good. The outcome is good. I think everybody goes through this stuff in their life where they have to close out a cycle with a situation that they know is not good for them. And after a while, it becomes so glaringly obvious that they cannot do this anymore that they actually leave. And they heal themselves and they move on. And they're okay. So, all right, that's what I got. Thanks for watching.